somebody made a comment that there is more than one sun. There are many suns. I don't know. I only see one sun in the sky. Of course, it looks enlarged, but you have to remember that the sun, according to Bible cosmology, is on the other side of the dome. And whatever they spray in front of the sun along the trajectory makes the sun appear a certain way. And oftentimes I've shown the sun looking like the moon, and then you can see that that some sort of a laser is moving all around, and then as soon as the laser arrives on the sun and is planted there, bam, it's like a light goes on and turns it into the glow-baal. This is a magic trick, but I've never seen more than one sun in the sky. I think if anybody has made a video of more than one sun, they should show it. I know what they used to do up till around 2018 was, of course, plaster the sky in plasma, and it looked like a pancake on a griddle, bubbling. It looked really, this slab looked like it was bubbling. It was invariably always blue and white, just like this. And it looked like it was bubbling, and behind these holes, it did look like there was suns there. But this is, in my opinion, an optical illusion. The thing is, if at any given moment we have one of these plasma slabs with holes in it and 10 suns, then we should have them every day. This is the thing that Satan wants us to believe. There you go, you can see the sun looking like the moon. And they're putting stripes in front of it and strips in front of it, and they're moving that laser in front of the sun, and then bam, it'll light up like the glow-baal. That's what they do. Satan wants us to believe that there are no laws. The only laws there are his laws, and that is lawlessness. It's the law of chaos, the law of lawlessness. There must be chaos. I don't know who it was, if it was Anton LaVey or Crowley, who said that we must keep on sinning that grace may abound. Which is, of course, a perversion of what Paul wrote, saying, should we keep on sinning that grace may abound? God forbid. Satanists say, let's keep on sinning that grace may abound, because they're perverted. Anyhow, if anybody has a video of a display of more than one sun in the sky, please show me. Please leave a link. Take a look. You can see that they're manipulating our perception, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the eyes. You know, Horus only has one eye. And so his perception is off. He does not have the so-called depth perception if he only has one eye. I showed my German ID card. There's the so-called real me, a photo, and then there's the fiction, the shadow in the middle with the star over the right eye. I used to watch and listen to the Groxt on YouTube, and he always said that when the man of sin comes, they're going to be doing something to the eyes. What is that? Blotting it out so that you're just like Horus? I mean, I don't know. This thing is so wild. I don't know what they're going to do. I mentioned a couple times what I think they're going to do. And I believe it will involve a signature, you having to sign. I just read today that if you take the, you know what, you have to sign your name. You have to give your signature and release them from liability and responsibility, which cannot be done. You can, the only thing you can do is sign for yourself. You cannot release somebody from liability. Only the Messiah can do that. Only the Messiah can atone for you. Only his blood sacrifice. You cannot atone for anyone else. If you think you can, that's Antichrist. I think that's what's going to happen. I do not believe that the mark of the beast is going to be a chip. I don't believe that it is the vaccine, but what do I know? I don't know. If you go to 1 Samuel, this is interesting. If you go to 1 Samuel chapter 11, you will see the reason why the Israelites began screaming for a king, and that was because the king of the Ammonites, you've got the Ammonites and you've got the Amorites. And the king of the Ammonites, his name was Nahash, or Nashon. Oh, I can't remember which now. And the thing is that, of course, this name means serpent. And this king, what happened was the Israelites, on commission from God, were told to eradicate the purple people eaters, the child sacrificers, the infanticidists of the Canaanites, and that God would give them their land and everything that they had in their possession. But the Israelites began under Joshua, and then when Joshua died, they just fell apart. And then they had their judges. But one of these people groups was the Ammonites. And the Ammonites, years later, went and said, look, we want our land back. And this land was in Manasseh, Gilead. Gilead is Manasseh, just like Israel is Ephraim. Now take a look at the sun. You see how it keeps changing? The sun is actually not changing, but what is displayed in front of it is. Anyway, these Ammonites in 1 Samuel chapter 11 began to encourage upon the Israelites of, I think it's called Jabesh Gilead. And those Israelites said, look, make a covenant with us and we'll be your servants, which is exactly what God told them not to do. And the king of Ammon said, I'll make a covenant with you as soon as I put out all of your right eyes. See, he was going to put out their right eyes. And then King Saul appeared and saved them. Take a look at this. Those poor cows. So that's what I was getting at. And if you look in the book of, I believe it's Zechariah, which I believe is largely, at least to a great extent, falsified. It's with a very, very distinct bent toward the so-called Jews, who are Edomites. But anyway, there is one part that talks about the false shepherd in Zechariah. And he says, the false shepherd has a shrunken arm or no arm. One of his arms is shrunken, I believe. And one of his eyes is put out. So you get this story over and over again also in the Bible. And of course we know Great Tribulation is still coming. But when I read that about this king, Nashon, which is really Nahash, or Nahesh, which means serpent, was going to put out the Israelites' right eye. And I saw my identification card where my right eye was blotted out. You can see this on my video that I did. I show it and I explain what I'm seeing, and you can see for yourself. This scenario is going to repeat, I think, when the man of sin comes. And that it's all about your eyes and your perception and how you see things. And Satan is trying to pervert our vision. He doesn't care what we see as long as we don't see the truth. You know, even if one person on this earth only knows the truth, that's too many. Now you can see that drizzle is coming down. I mean, it's the same old crap every day. Look at this sky. Good Lord. It's a soup. It's totally, nothing's moving. There are no clouds. Same thing yesterday. We had the high white ceiling. Oh, I wanted to show the wind turbines for Philly. Here you go, Philly. These wind turbines are not moved by wind. They create the so-called wind. It's not wind, it's electricity. That's why the temperature goes up to 6 degrees. I don't know, maybe even it could drive temperatures even more. I don't know for sure. These turbines also have suction on them, just like an airplane does. That's why when the turbine, you know, when you've got an airplane flying through the area, it can suck in birds and God knows what. This is the problem that we have with these wind turbines. Not only are they taking down trees, but they're killing animals. They make a lot of noise. They're injecting electricity. I know people don't want to believe this, but sometimes a good rule of thumb is the more people rail on you for telling you something, probably it's true, because we know that the majority, now it's a little bit more clear. Yesterday this was completely white. Nobody thought anything of it, because people are enamored of lies, and so people who tell lies are attracted to liars, and people who believe in lies are also attracted to liars. And these people have a big fellowship, and they have lots of subscribers, lots of views, and across the board almost only positive comments.